It's 6 p.m. February 28, 2026, and we are live on UniversityDUEL, Nigeria. My name is Joylove Akin Olamigoke, bringing you the battle of the best brain from Gen 01 Studio. This is where brilliance meets creativity, where talented students across Nigeria come together to innovate, compete, and vie for one thing: the top sports. In previous episode, we witnessed the battle between Obafemi Awolowo University and Kaduna State University. I would say it was a smashing win for Obafemi Awolowo University. They are currently topping the table with 104 points. We also witnessed Caleb University taking on Yaba Tech. It was such an intense game, to be honest. Almost a draw, but we had Yaba Tech leading and winning that particular game. But it is match day 7 and the energy continues definitely. We have two amazing universities that are going to be taking on each other today. In game 1, we have Federal University of FUOYE taking on University of Nigeria. And in game 2, we have University of Ibadan and LAUTECH University.
So we've had our first game, and unfortunately for us, we lost the match. But now we've learned our lesson from the previous match. We've prepared. We are ready to face UNN, and I believe we are winning this time around.
Judging from our last game and our performance, I've actually gained some confidence knowing that God has helped us through that one. He can continue doing that. For the school we are going to face right now, I believe that they're actually a good team, and we hope that the best team wins.
Mrs. Adaobi, you look so good. Your outfit looks absolutely stunning. And Jeffrey is giving me the vibes of a gentleman. Like, I'm just a chilled guy. I'm just gentle. I'm just in my lane. Has an amazing smile. You look absolutely good. So I'm going to be starting with you, Mrs. Adaobi. You schooled in the United Kingdom.
I did.
And I want to know how that experience was like for you.
It was good in terms of the exposure, but I will admit I was homesick for most of it. There's nothing quite like home, but expanding your mind in terms of possibilities, what's out there, and daring to dream beyond what you've known from when you were young.
So why did you go for economics?
Because my dad wanted me to be very honest.
Oh!
My grandfather is a teacher, my father is an engineer, so I come from a long line of academics, right? So economics made sense because I like the arts and I like science as well.
Beautiful stuff. How was university life for you, Jeffrey?
University was an experience, a rich one, and it's one that I would always look back to as the defining years of my life, because it was an environment where you were allowed to pretty much discover yourself. I just had love for what I did, and I also wanted to have, a memorable experience. But ultimately, I enjoy solving problems using tech.
Oh, I believe you're going to solve so many problems today on the show.
I'll leave that to the students.
So let's talk about the game for today. We have Federal University of FUOYE and University of Nigeria. The game 1 for FUOYE. We've taken on OAU, and we had FUOYE having 2 points and OAU having 52 points. We also have University of Nigeria taking on Kaduna State University. University of Nigeria having 41 marks. We had Kaduna State University having 15 marks. So looking at the stats now, FUOYE and University of Nigeria, it looks like it's University of Nigeria is having an edge already over FUOYE, but I believe so much in comebacks.
I'm hoping to see a comeback from FUOYE.
It's just naturally believing in what people can do. No matter what you experienced the last time does not mean you cannot have a comeback this time.
Exactly.
And it's so beautiful to see. University of Nigeria, Adaobi. I feel like you're already pitching your tents towards them already.
How did you know?
I just know.
Yes.
I just know you are. How sure are you that you're going to take the lead? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10.
So I don't place bets on things that are beyond my control.
Okay.
Right. But my hopes are up, and I'm looking forward to seeing FUOYE just give it their all and maybe not be afraid to smash the buzzer, especially for games that require you to be quick and attempt as many questions as possible, because there's also that aspect to it as well. But if I was to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say my confidence level is on a 9.
Absolutely fantastic. Mrs. Adalbi.
Wow, 9. I will say 7 because I don't want UNN to relax.
Okay.
So they need to, I don't want them to think that, they have this in the bag. They have to try. I'll be very happy if they go above and beyond my expectations.
All right, I'm Vincing now. The action is about to start in the arena with the quiz master standing by. Take it away.
A pendulum completes 20 exhalations in 50 seconds.
0.4. 0.4.
A bacterial culture doubles every 3 hours. How many times will it grow in 24 hours? Ima?
8.
The area under y equals 2x plus 3 from x equals 0 to x equals 4.
28.
What is the phase difference in radius between two waves if one leads the other?
5/2.
How many distinct anagrams can be made from God's will?
24.
A die is rolled until a 6 appears. What's the probability that it takes exactly 3 rolls?
25/216.
A car travels 60 quadri.
40 minutes.
In 50 minutes, the pressure drops from 250 to 50 kilopascal as gas escapes at 4 liters per minute. What is the tank volume? Ima?
500.
If a power bike travels 864 kilometers in 16 hours, what is the speed in meters per second?
Let's go. I'll go for it.
If a student is in its 60th percentile out of 4,000 test takers,
2,400 students.
20,000 is invested at 4% simple interest for 3 years. What is the total amount repaid? Ima?
2,400.
A student measured 23.4 kg.
2.8.
Find aging values of matrix 2, 1, 1, 2.
1 and 3.
Ima? A test has a 3% false negative rate if 1,000 distance people are every day.
300.
Two variables have standard deviation 7 and 14 with covariance 49. What is their correlation?
0.5.
If fruit equals 74, what is veggie?
90.
Given a coefficient of variation 18% and mean of 90, calculate the standard deviation.
But not to the extent of basic.
If you have 12 different pairs of shoes, how many ways?
195.
God's will. How long would the actual brain be?
1,000. 1,000.
A paint mixture requires red and blue in ratio 3:2. Are you ready?
17.3.
Which Nigerian fabric is known for its business dyeing?
Adire.
Given a coefficient of variation 18% and mean of
16.2.
a team's win to loss ratio is 5-2 if they play 28 God's will.
20.
The ratio of boys to girls in the class is 3 to 5 every day.
40.
The mid-range of blood pressure readings is 120 mgh. If the highest reading is 240 mmgh, what was the lowest reading?
0.
Solomon. A rental car costs $30 per day plus 20 cents per mile. A 5-day rental costs $210. What is total mileage? Which is the westernmost country in Africa?
Senegal.
Given mean 88, median 85, skewness coefficient 0.6, determine the standard deviation. Frequency table 10 scored 50, 20 scored 60, 80 scored 70. What is the cumulative frequency for scores less than or equal 60? In the class of 600 students, God's will?
410.
How many grams of hydrogen are in 85 grams of ammonia?
5.
A music venue tickets, the revenue RX equals X 50 minus
12.5.
Which country is leading producer of cocoa in the world? Each text message costs 8 cents plus $40 monthly fee. How many cents text percent?
20. 20 texts.
What comes next?
I think it's an intense game right there between FUOYE and University of Nigeria. The side comments, they're killing me and they're killing us here. From I know go can't kill myself, not this way.
What comes next? A, C, F, J, O.
D.
Poetry. Start. Oh, Solomon.
450.
Where is the capital of the country that was
Addis Ababa.
7,500 goes to 9,000 in 5 years with simple interest? What is the rate?
4%.
Every day.
4%.
A ladder 10 meters long leans against a wall reaching 5 meters high. What angle does
30.
God's way? Find the maximum of fx equals minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 5 using differentiation. Which one doesn't belong to the rest? Which Nigerian virologist helped?
Dora Akunile.
Okay. What comes next in the series? 4, 12, 30, 68, 1, 4, 4. The Wazoni range straddles the border of what? Or where? Determine the molar concentration of a solution formed by dissolving 10 grams of NaCl in 250 ml of water. A car brand has 1 in 600 failure.
8.
Vector V equals AI plus BJ has magnitude of God's will. The revenue RS equals 120x minus 20x squared. Find the output for maximum revenue.
180.
Thermometer to temperature.
Blood pressure. Blood pressure.
A ladder 10 meter long leans against the wall. Solomon.
5.
A historical being 150 minus 160 lbs has a frequency 12 in 120 observations. What is the relative frequency? A pump leaves 1,000 liters of water to 15 in 1 minute. What's the power output?
University of Nigeria, 40 marks, and FUOYE having 10 marks. So Solomon and Quadri trying to reach out more to the buzzer. Interesting to see. Solomon became a little more interested in general knowledge.
Leaves 1,000 liters of water to 15 liters in 1 minute. What is this power output? A pharmaceutical solution has 45 mg/ml of active ingredients. How much is in it in 120 ml bottle?
540.
Ima.
540. 540.
A dog is to back, snake is to what?
Peace.
Yeah,
Peace.
How many grams of CO2 from a complete combustion of 44 grams CH4?
No. Not sure.
Which Ugandan comedian produced the Netflix special African Laughs? Who was the first president of the independent Somalia in 1960?
Edin Abdullah Osman Da.
A class has boys and girls ratio 3 to 5 if there are 25 in manual.
50. 15.
If Eva's maternal grandfather's only son-in-law is my paternal uncle, who am I to Eva?
Cousin.
Eritrea gained independence from Ethiopia in what year?
1991.
Which Northern African country developed solar projects to improve health care?
Morocco.
God's will. The profit function Px equals minus 2x squared plus 400x minus 5,000. What is the profit when x equals 20? Which African American concept of reclaiming identity was influenced by Senghor and Cicéron's negritude? What is Ava's function fx equals 3x minus 5?
X minus 5 over 3. X.
With Q1 equals in 20, Q2 60, median 30, calculate Brewery's
2.
2.
All right, Fantastic one right there. You just witnessed 4 quarters of the quick balls between Federal University of FUOYE locking it in with University of Nigeria. I saw how Mrs. Adaobi was so interested in the game. She had to Google a question.
I did,
She
yeah.
was like, oh, okay, I need to check it out.
Yeah.
So please tell us about the question.
So it was the question about the first president of Somalia. He was so specific. So I checked and it was like, he's actually correct. I'm very impressed. My team is dominating.
I like how you owned it.
Yes.
You bodied it.
Yeah. And I'm happy that I kind of, lowered my number to 7 because I truly believe it has made them sit up and, come strongly to show what they can do. So I'm very impressed, very proud, looking forward to the rest of the game.
I think for UNN, they had more attempts. And even though some of the questions were wrong, it still gave them the edge to participate in the ones that they got correctly. And so what I would say would be for FUOYE to take more chances, really, and hit that buzzer, even if you're unsure.
Even if you're unsure.
Yeah.
I think confidence level is also very, very, very important.
And I'd also like to see a lot more teamwork.
I agree with you. We're heading straight in the arena. Let the battle begin.
God's will. Find the derivative of fx equals x squared at x equals 2 using h equals 4.
12.
What is the Richter scale's magnitude of an earthquake that releases 10 times more the energy than the magnitude of 4? A flagpole has a shadow of 15 square root 3 meters. The substance has a half-life of 5 days. What fraction remains after 45 days?
1/512.
The argument angle of a complex number z equals 1 minus I is?
Pi/2.
The perfect modem of a firm is px equals x squared plus 60x minus 200. Determine the number. 10G sample of an isotope has half-life of 2 hours. Find the remaining after 6 hours.
33.3.
A spring mass system follows d squared x over dt squared plus 9x.
4.06.
A bridge model is built at 1 ratio
100 meter.
100. A chemical dilution requires 7 parts water to 1 part
Right.
acid if you use, A system of equations is 3x plus 2y equals 12 and x minus, When y equals arctan
0.5.
a material absorbs 60% of the incident light if the initial intensity is 400 watts per meter square. What is
160.
transmitted? 150 joules of heat supplied to a system and 300 joules of water
200.
is done. In genetics, the probability of 2 heterozygous parents having homozygous recessive
0.5.
is? Ima? For a data set with mean of 500 and a standard deviation of 2, find the z-score. Calculate the simple interest of the principal amount is
2,500.
From 15 distinct items, 3 are marked special. How many 6 item selections contain at least?
1,705.
An Uber driver tracks her daily earnings for 5 days. $200, $300, $50, $100, $200.
170.
How many distinct anagrams can be found from the word school?
60.
How many ways can 5 books be arranged on a shelf if 2 must not be together?
86.
In a survey, lower the quartile of wages equals 20.
15,000.
Covariance between x and y equals
1 minus 1.
a random x variable x follows a binomial. Which visualization is best to identify skewness?
Bar charts.
Which of the following is an example of structured data?
Database table.
If R equals 0.707, find the percentage of variation. Explain.
50%.
What is the probability of picking a consonant from the word school?
Consider. 1/6.
100 balls are numbered from 1 to 100. What is the probability of getting a ball having a price?
0.25.
If 25% scores fall below 48, what percentile is 48?
25th.
15 marks, and Federal University of FUOYE having 6 marks in the second quarter. I think Ima is fierce, Ima is aggressive, and is ready to take off. But we'll find out what happens in the third quarter of the brain match in general knowledge.
What substance in the blood is
Platelets.
important for clotting? The first Android phone was released in what year?
2005.
Which old African empire was among the richest to
Ashanti.
Nigeria is bordered to the west by how many countries?
3.
Dash is a form of wordplay that purposely substitutes words that sound similar. Okay. The East-West conflict, which lasted from 1945 to
Cold War.
1999, which sign is often called the old soul out of the zodiacs?
Cancer.
Namibia is notable for which natural resource?
Bauxite.
Until what year did the Yahoo of East Africa successfully resist German colonial?
1899.
Okay. Element is vital for producing red blood cells and are crucial for carrying oxygen to the fetus and placenta. If the eyepiece of a microscope is 10 times
400.
sensitive, what is the medical term for low blood sugar?
Hypoglycemia.
The statue of Ramses II stood for centuries at which Egyptian city before relocation?
Memphis.
Someone who eats fish and seafood but avoids red meat and poultry is known as?
Aquatic vegetarian.
Let's move on to the next quarter of the brain match.
What is the 7th letter to the right of the 12th letter from the alphabet, from the left in the alphabet?
C.
A woman introduced a man as a son of my grandmother's only child, who
A brother.
facing east, turn 135 degrees left, then 225 right. Which direction?
South.
If A equals 2, B equals 4, then the value of E is what?
10.
The odd one out: carrot, beetroot, radish, banana.
Radish.
Facing east, turn
South.
Okay. Find the odd one based on general knowledge. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn,
Pluto.
What has a tongue cannot taste and the soul cannot walk?
Shoe.
J is K's daughter-in-law. L is K's son. How is J related to L?
Daughter.
5 friends. A is taller than B. C is shorter than A, but taller than D. E is the shortest.
B.
Who's the tallest? From a classroom, walk 200 meter north and then 200 meter.
202.
Find the odd one out. Which
Django.
is angular. Metro.
Maps.
Eastern. Okay. Facing east, turn 90 degrees left and 180 degrees right
West.
direction. Alex is Bella's son. Chris is Bella's brother. Diana is Chris's daughter. How is Alex related to Diana?
Uncle.
Which number is different? 17, 23, 31, 41, 51.
51.
What building has the most stories?
Library.
Welcome back. You just witnessed 4 quarters of the brain match between Federal University of FUOYE Ekiti locking it in with University of Nigeria. Big congratulations to them because they actually took the lead. Mrs. Adaobi predicted it and it came to pass. Hello, Sia, well done. Thumbs up to you. How do you feel about that? And what passing words do you have for them?
I'm very proud of the team, very encouraged by their show up and show out. I have confidence that they can take this competition to the end of it, right? I know OAU is the team to beat, but the performance that we've seen today is very encouraging, and I just want them to keep that can-do spirit. What I liked about them was the fact that they were willing to take risks and take shots. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So I'm very encouraged by the performance. Well done to the team.
All right. Jeffrey, what would you say to FUOYE?
Yeah, I'll give credit to UNN first of all. I'm really impressed.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I am too.
Yeah, but for FUOYE, I wasn't expecting. This was not the agreement. It's not what we planned.
This is the one plan. What happened?
I mean, I can say that a lot of the uncertainty lies in just them being able to maybe trust in the ability to answer the questions, because it didn't seem like they were exuding that level of confidence that I anticipated.
Yeah.
But I mean, the game is not over until it's over. So as always, I'll keep encouraging and mentioning to them that they can take the lead if they really give it their all.
Just finished our game with FUOYE and we won. So very excited about the win. We are through to the next round. The game was really kind of hectic. We had the first 3 rounds in a bag, but we lost the last one due to some mistakes in our answering. But those 3 rounds ensured we had control of the brain match, and into the brain match we dominated and we won the first 3 rounds too. also the last one on verbal, there were some hitches, but we still got through.
All right, remember, you still stand a chance to win good money, 75 million naira, and different cash prizes on the show. All you have to do is play University Trivial Daily, answer the questions correctly, and text UDD to 13111. If you also want to win weekly, you can join the UniversityDUEL Home Quiz Challenge. You answer the questions correctly, and you text UHQ to 13111. And who knows, you can win 20,000 naira weekly. We also have the highlight show with Jordan, giving you all the buzz on social media. But remember that we have game 2 coming up between LAUTECH and University of Ibadan. But that will be after the break. Stay there.
With your 50 naira, you can win part of over 75 million naira plus cash prizes on UniversityDUEL Trivia. Answer trivia from your area of interest, be it sports, STEM, entertainment, or general knowledge. To play UniversityDUEL Trivia daily, text UDD. Weekly, text UDW. And monthly, text UDM to 13111. It's exclusive to MTN subscribers only. UniversityDUEL Trivia. Be happy. Which private university is located in Ota, Ogun State? A. Babcock University. B. Bowen University. C. Covenant University.
Whose number is this? Is it Shadi, Mama, the delivery guy, or my mechanic?
Stop guessing. Know who is calling with MTN Who They Call. No app or data needed. Works on any kind of phone. And also shows international numbers. Dial *4800# to start enjoying MTN Who They Call from as low as 50 naira. Terms and conditions apply.
Of the best brain. Give it up to University of Ibadan and LAUTECH University as they go head-to-head today on Game 2, UniversityDUEL 2026. My amazing guests are still in the studio. You know, Ada will be still sitting pretty, maintaining steeze and composure, 100% clocking. So many history to University of Ibadan, the prestigious University of Ibadan, the oldest university, the first university in Nigeria. That in itself is a huge legacy, and I don't know how they're going to top that today in their performance. Maybe we're going to find out. And also LAUTECH has been doing pretty well, of course, in the game. I'm going to take some stats for you from your previous game. We have LAUTECH taking on Yabatech, with LAUTECH winning 31-21, 10 points margin there. We also have University of Ibadan taking on Caleb University. We had University of Ibadan having 24 marks and Caleb University having 6 marks. All right. What do you think of that start, and how do you think it's going to affect the performance today?
Based off what you just said, it seems like LAUTECH is coming in hot, and I'm hoping that they bring that same energy. And as I'm talking, I'm sure you can really tell where I stand. So yeah, I'm excited to see how they bring their best foot forward today and challenge UI, who is a very tough team. Yeah.
Already.
And I hear that no one else can take that title from them.
We'll be taking on UI in our second match. It's very important to win any game in the group stage because you don't know where you might end up. So winning each game is very, very important, and we are facing against a very strong opponent. They've already proved it in their last match, and we'll make sure we do our best to qualify out of the group stage and finish in the later stage of competition.
LAUTECH had a good run last season, and we hope that we are not giving up. We hope and trust God for more energy to win this game, because LAUTECH, they are quite a good team. For one of them to come back again this year, it shows that they are good.
Mrs. Adaobi, it's time for you to see into the future, because you did in the first game. So what are you going to tell us this time?
Well, I'm going to back my team all the way.
Okay.
University of Ibadan. There's a reason why they're the first. And I fully expect them to come through very strongly and show us why they are the first. So I'm looking forward to this match.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about challenges for a bit, because I see that sometimes we have, lots of, I told you don't answer this, do this, don't do that. And sometimes there's frustrations on their face when, they lose a question, they fail not to respond, there's that level of tension you see. How do you handle frustrating times, especially maybe in school, in your workplace, and also in business?
I think pressure really brings out, parts of yourself that you probably haven't worked on, especially when you have to collaborate and work in a team setting.
Yes.
And so for me personally, I think the work starts even before you get to that point where you have to face the pressure firsthand. So things like communication, right? Things like camaraderie amongst the team, and just pretty much having that team mindset and trying to leverage each other's strengths and cover each other's weaknesses can help to maybe keep you, composed when you're in the face of pressure. So that's how I see it.
How do you navigate challenging times?
It's a good question. I think one thing I live by is the idea that emotions are information. And so when you are feeling a certain way, instead of allowing yourself to get carried away by the feelings, try and take time to examine where it's coming from. And so if it's overwhelm, if it is pressure, then focus on what you need to do to get over it. You find that when you take that approach, your emotions don't become distractions, and then you act out, and then you have to apologize.
So especially during exams, let's say you're putting for an exam, you put in your best, and at the end of the day, the results are out with a worry CD. See, grades like that, which can be very, very frustrating. How do you handle such, and how do you get over it?
Again, it's information, right? I think we have generally a negative attitude towards failure.
Actually, yes.
And I think we actually miss out more when we don't try things that we can fail at, right? So I think when you write an exam and you don't do well, take time, feel your feelings, give them room, and then examine again, where did I go wrong? What strategy did I adopt to try and study for this exam? And does that need to change? What are the specific areas in that exam where I did not do well? So that you put yourself in a better position to get better grades at your next attempt.
I think we have the Wally Soyinkas of our time on the table today. I absolutely love it. Anyways, talk is over and it's time for action. The players are ready, the buzzer is set, and the quiz master is waiting. We're heading straight into the arena. Let the battle begin.
Solve for the magnitude of
13.
dy dx plus 2y.
Differential.
A runner's distance is modeled by st equals 40 square.
150.
A histogram covers the range 25 minus 30. What is its mean point? Abayomi.
60.5.
A 5G sample of radioactive isotope decays to 2.5 grams in 10
hours.
5 cm model Samuel.
750.
Southwest Africa.
Namibia.
Okay, Abayemi. A rectangle's length is 5 more than its width.
12.
Enoch.
12.
Which won the 2006 Academic Awards for Best Foreign Language Film?
Gavin Wood.
25K is invested in a 6% simple interest for 4 years. What is the Samuel? Given that the data set has the first quartile of 20 and the third quartile of 40, what is the lower outlier threshold? A lab machine has an error margin of plus minus 0.3%.
45.
A chemist needs to dilute 200 ml of 8M NaOH to 2M. What is the final volume?
800.
What is the only word in English language with 4 consecutive double letters? If a sample doubles every 3 days, how many times double if it's
5?
Samuel. A sample has been
40.
By me. A cookie's pressure rises from 1 ATM to 2. Samuel. A test has 40% false positive rate. How many?
2,400.
Which word is different?
Lethargic.
Steven. A phone plan costs 2,000 naira monthly plus 5 naira per
3,250.
A recipe typically requires 2-to-1 ratio of flour.
2.5.
A measurement is given as 150 with an error margin of plus or minus decimal. Find the number of permutations of data Abayomi.
Chef, yes.
Facing west, you rotate 270 anti-clockwise. What direction do you now face?
North.
Steven. A car washes pricing model RX equals X 10 minus 0.2X. Find revenue, maximizing price. A number distribution has mean of Abayomi.
16. 0.5.
If a country's population grows as 4% annually, approximately how many years would it take to redouble? Find the tallest true height when Samuel.
2000.
Which Southern African country has pioneered the use of prepared electricity meters?
South Africa.
What comes next? BRNJ.
F.
Steven. A car travels 240 kilometers on 20 liters of petrol. How far can it go in 25 liters?
420.
Samuel. Reservoirs to hydrology as capacitors to Abayomi.
Resistor.
Find number of values in a set with mean of 25 and total sum of 500.
12500.
Abayomi. Velocity Vt equals 3t squared minus
6.
Samuel. 6,900 simple interest over 3 years. What is the annual rate? If fx equals x plus 3 and gx equals 2x, find
2x plus 3.
Samuel. The student scores 105 on the test with Abayomi.
1.5.
2 buildings 40 meters apart from a 30-meter roof.
40.
Adibola. Shujela Falls, the second highest waterfall, is located in which African country?
DRC.
Abayomi. For a left skewed data set with mean 90 mode 60 and skewness is minus. Lifting an object that weighs 10 or double. Book is the author, is subject to Enoch.
Artist. Composer.
For left skewed data set with me 19 mode 60 is skewness minus 1.2. Find the median. Farmers in Niger use half moon piece to do what?
Trap rainwater.
Stephen, Morgan is the father of Jordan. Jordan is not Morgan's son. What is the relation?
Daughter.
Stephen, how many ways can 8 pairs of shoes
195. 195.
15,000 naira is invested at 8% simple interest for 5 years. What is the maturity amount? Stamo.
12,000.
Which African dance and music style originated in Angola and spread nationally?
Sokos.
Find the argument of Samuel. Needle is to sew and chisel is to what?
Carve.
Vector A equals 3i4j and
minus 5.
3 fair cones are tossed. What's the probability of getting is 2x?
0.5.
If a man's height equals his shadow,
5.
Samuel. What's the smallest positive integer that's divisible by both 12 and 18?
36.
In the code, moon equals 77 and sun equals 44. What is star?
46.
Adeolu?
46.
How long does it take for 75,000 to double at 10% simple interest? What is the area under y equals 3x plus 1 from x equals 1 to x equals 5? How many different binary codes of length has
64.
Abayomi?
64.
Sokuro is painting
music.
P equals a probability of A equals 0.4.
40%.
Abayomi. A steel pipe is 1.2 meter long and weighs 8.4 kg.
7 grams per centimeter.
A radioactive isotope has half-life of 1 day and
1/8.
If a box size down a frictionless ramp inclined at
1.9.
time more. A St. Peter's Devotion is Samuel. 6M model bridge is at Samuel.
15.
A solution A has a molarity of 3/5, and solution B has a molarity of 5/8. What is the ratio of solution B?
8/3.
Abayomi. The Lesotho Highlands Water Project chief
South Africa.
To Abayomi. Perspirations is to astute and obtuse is to what?
King.
Adeolu.
King.
What is the heartbeat of a cyclist who rides for 45 minutes in a constant heart rate of 140 BPM? What can fly without wings and can cry without eyes?
Cloud.
Achieving. If all elements are atoms and gold is an element, then gold is made of atoms. Which reasoning fits?
Analogical.
120 milliliters as sugar and water in ratio 4:2. To make it 2:4, how much water must be added? If fx equals x cubed minus x minus 3x squared, find its critical point.
0.
A box has 4 red, 5 green, and 6 yellow marbles. How many ways can 4 marbles be drawn?
2,450.
If P is the mother of Q and R is the mother of P, S is the son of R, then how is Q related to S?
Cousin.
Adeolu. Completing a taxi in 5 minutes with the engine running at 400 watts results in what total work done?
120,000.
The Nigerian in me would say not be cho or work is day. You just witnessed 4 quarters of the quick bus between LAUTECH and University of Ibadan. I want to try and mimic Abayomi. It goes on to say 12, 0.5, Namibia. And it's really interesting to see. I love the energy. There's also Stephen. So it's like Stephen is speaking from a place of frustration.
Honestly.
2, 3, like, bro, like it looks like I want to win, but we're not winning.
I honestly can't tell the difference between the excitement and frustration.
And the frustration.
Because they're both giving, all the energy. And I like how, even though Samuel started with, the initial energy, and Abayomi just came.
Abayomi came from nowhere and just started.
That sort of puts, UI in the limelight. Whereas the LAUTECH guys, very laid back, almost too chilled for my liking. I'm like, guys, what's happening? Come on. But I don't know if they're going to be able to just glean up the energy from these guys and give it another shot in the brain match.
Brain match we're going for. How are you feeling, Mr. Dalby?
Very happy.
I know you're very happy. You're just chill. You're doing your thing. My guys are winning. But your guys are, I don't want to use the word aggressive.
Yeah.
I would like to say they're fierce.
Yeah.
And your responses as well, your energy level. See, it's one thing for you to be fierce. It's another thing for you to get the answers correct.
Absolutely.
They're two different things. So what advice do you have for them? Are you saying they should calm down or they should keep up the energy?
No, they should keep doing it. Yeah, I'm very happy. Very chill as you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at this situation, because like he said, he made it striking point, excitement and frustration, right? There are times that in school, you get really frustrated. I noticed that they don't get to answer so many questions that do not have options.
Yeah.
I noticed that during the game. So is it objective or theoretical exams that works more these days? But anyways, I'm going to take that question, right after the brain match, because we have to head into the arena now for the brain match, where the students are going to be drilled in verbal reasoning, data analysis, applied mathematics, and of course, general knowledge. It's still the battle between LAUTECH and University of Ibadan. We have a quizmaster standing by. Let's take it away.
Abayomi, which African music genre is known for complex vocal layers? Tanzania falls under which time zone?
GMT +2.
What figure of speech describes he was an onion to understand him?
Metaphor.
Which country is currently leading in AV?
Brazil.
Which ocean covers nearly 20% of Earth's surface area?
Atlantic.
Dash is when a word imitates the natural sound of a thing, making the description more expressive and
Onomatopoeia.
Which disease is linked to blocked bile ducts?
Cirrhosis.
Greater results of P. What P in the word science describes an enemy?
Phosphorus.
The Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum is located in which Ghana?
Kumasi.
What is the NATO phonetic alphabet word letter for Y? Which word starting with S is both the name of an English football club and
Sheffield United.
Which country celebrates its Independence Day on July 1st, 1960?
Somalia.
Which heart conditions involve
Aortic stenosis.
Which rainforest tree produces gum Arabic used in
Axasia.
What is the smallest detail visible under the electron?
About 1 micrometer.
Which water sign is symbolized by this scorpion?
Scorpio.
The avenue of baobabs is a scientific tourist. It's
Senegal.
Abayomi and Eno going head to head right there. I think he switched from being the fierce guy, I'm talking about Abayomi, to being the Senegal kind of guy. You know, very chilled vibe, I know it's kind of vibe, and it's really beautiful to see. Let's move on to the next quarter of the brain match. Let's go.
A confidence interval widens if
sample size increases.
Find the average range change of fx equals x3 from x equals 1 to x equals 3. A drink is mixed in the ratio 2 to 3 of juice to water. If 1.5 L of drink is prepared, what volume of juice is used?
1.2.
The area under curve y equals x squared from x.
18 units.
Thrown upward, a baseball reaches its peak height according to h equals minus 60 t squared. A temperature change is reported as 35.0 Celsius plus or minus 5%. What is the absolute answer?
1.75.
For an ideal gas constant, T equals P1 equals 9 atm at password requires one letter followed by one digit.
36.
Vector V equals AI plus
11.
3. Calculate the angle of elevation.
53.
From the top of a 15-meter cliff, the angle of depression to a boat is
86.6.
Aging values of 2 times 2 matrix are map scale 1 to ratio 25,000 deposits a span of 4.8 centimeter. 1.2 length. The percentage error in measuring a time of 2.0 seconds.
0.5.
The half-life of a radioactive substance is 20 years. How much for 200 grams?
25.
Okay. For RT equals 2t squared minus 8t.
2.
A farmer has 60 meters of fencing to create
215.
Closure. Ajibola. In sampling with replacement, sampling units can be selected how?
More than once.
The hourly wages in dollars of 5 workers, 12, 14, 15,
12.
16.
20.
A student's scores on 5 quizzes are 85, 90, 80, 90, and 120. What does the mean quiz score?
85.
If the mean score is 50 and the 95th percentile is 85, what is the likely shape of distribution?
Positive skewed.
The number of daily mails received over 6 days, 10, 12, 15, 80, 26, and 38. Find the interquartile range. Which distribution is appropriate for modeling number of accidents per day at busy intersection?
Binomial.
If probability abroad is 0.2 and probability language is 0.6 in independent, what is probability of studying? From the data set 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, find Q3. Adeolu, 2 field dice are rolled. Find the probability that the sum is at least 9, given that at least one die shows a 6. Find the range of the following heights: 145 centimeters.
30.
Okay. What is the median of these numbers? 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
8.
A line graph of monthly sales value increases from 100 to 400 across 12 months. What is the average monthly increase? Ajibola, if x equals 1, 2, 3, 4, and y equals 2, 4, 6, 8, calculate the correlation coefficient between x and y. Abayomi, if the sequence A, D, G, J, what comes next?
M.
Which is not an economical system? Capitalism, socialism, feudalism, or
Feudalism.
in a square table, north equals x, y, south, z, west.
Y.
Okay. What has a thumb and 4 fingers but is not alive?
Glove.
I have 1,000 wheels but I do not move. What am I?
Parking lot.
If first, last, second to last, what level?
VELEL.
Choose correct analogy that best completes the pair. Book, library, medicine.
Hospital.
In psychology, what is the name for the phenomenon where individuals lose self-awareness in a group?
Deinviduation.
From a point A, B is 10 kilometers north, C is 10 kilometers north, B. 4 friends live in flats 1 to 4. R lives above P, Q lives above B,
S
lives above, okay. M is the son of P, Q is the granddaughter of O, who's the husband of P, house, okay. At sunset, shadow falls east, where are you?
Northern hemisphere.
What has a face and 2 hands, 2 arms or legs? If pediatrics is the children and...
Elderly.
Okay. Facing south, you turn 90 degrees to your right and 180 to your left, then 270
West.
to your right. In a row of 6, Tunde is left and Uche is right. If A equals 1...
46.
LAUTECH with such an epic comeback. Before we even analyze the game, give me the victory dance now. Go on, give let's go. I mean, I think they did well. It was fantastic. But I also would love to speak about LAUTECH University because I think they were also fierce in the game as well. Especially in the last quarter, we saw how that played out as well, and how came in with the energy, came in with speed and accuracy, and it was also very, very beautiful to see. But passing words to this amazing team.
For me, my highlight would be on Steven.
Yeah, no.
So it was about everything and almost, taking me for shots on another level. But he was able to make a comeback on his brain match with Abayomi, which was interesting because I expected Abayomi to have more energy than the previous round.
It was a bit calm. What happened to Abayomi? Mr. Dalby?
I'm going to ask. Yeah. Because this was supposed to be a game where we stole the whole show, but it's okay. We'll round.
We're not greedy. We're not greedy, right? Love to hear passing words for them.
I just want to encourage them. Obviously, they've demonstrated why they are the University of Ibadan, why they're the first. Okay. So kudos to the team on an excellent performance.
Yes.
I do think that it's important when you're at the end or close to the end of your victory that you don't slow down. So I would just say, just to take note of that. But other than that, it's very, very good showing. I'm quite proud of the team.
All right, the final question has to be the question I asked initially, and it's about theoretical questions, right? I see they run away from such questions. They don't even attempt it. They don't even touch the questions. And does it mean that, I personally prefer OBJ too, but does it mean that, going through that, OBJs that you're seeing options and it makes it easier for you? How do you attempt questions where you don't even have options, right? And it's right before you and you have to attempt it. How do you deal with that?
I think I'm more familiar with theoretical questions that allow you think, or that allow you express your answers. What I was seeing here were just questions that didn't have, multiple choice options. And in this kind of high pressure situation, right, having choices or multiple options maybe just give you more clues towards the answer. So even if your calculation isn't complete, once you see what looks close to the answer, you can just pick it immediately. So I think that's probably what they're going through in that sense.
We thank God for the competition, but the plan we had was not this one. They really scattered our formation.
At some point, we were actually scared that what will happen. Because seeing their match against Yabate, it was good. They were fast, they were accurate. But we just kept believing in ourselves and we kept believing in God. And by God's grace, we were able to win. To my other UI students out there that are watching this, please support us. We need your prayers. I'm so glad that we were able to make you proud.
How do you balance life and social media? Because now content creation is the in thing. I'm asking Mrs. Adeobi because, there's so many people watching and, they're students and they're also so big when it comes to social media and content creation. How do you set a balance? Because, of course, they make money from there and, prioritizing your studies as well. Set a balance to it.
It depends on the kind of content that you're creating, right? If you're doing content that is value-adding, that helps expand people's minds, you need to have time away from social media so that you can add value to yourself in terms of reading, in terms of thinking, in terms of having important, deep conversations with people. So I think for people who want to add value or valuable content to social media, it is important for you to actually get off it so that when you come back on it, what you're adding to it or what you're putting out in the world is actually value adding.
Having a healthy balance between consuming and creating and living life in itself is very important. So it's not a case where you now come and regurgitate what you've consumed, right?
Yes.
You come back with fresh knowledge and things that you're learning and sharing with others. So for me, I think I agree with her.
All right, beautiful stuff. I think a big congratulations to University of Ibadan. Currently, they're topping their group, and that is Group 3. So we have UI, LAUTECH, KLEB. They've played 2 games so far, and they've won all of it. So automatically, they have qualified, and it's very, very, very beautiful to see. So I must say big congratulations to University of Nigeria and also University of Ibadan on today's game. But do well to follow us on all our socials to catch a glimpse of all the games, fixtures, news, highlight, and exclusive BTS. A big thank you too to our mentors. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you for doing justice to this really beautiful conversation today. Also, do not forget that the fun, the energy, the vibe still continues right here on UniversityDUEL 2026. By tomorrow at 6 p.m., we're going to have Covenant University taking on Veritas University, and I know you don't even want to miss that game. So if I were you, I will catch all the thrilling moments right here on UniversityDUEL 2026. We also have the University Trivial going on, and all you have to do is just answer the questions correctly on sport, entertainment, general knowledge, verbal reasoning. Text UDD to 13111. But you must be an MTN user so you can catch all the prizes, all the money, millions flying around, and the cash prizes this season. We also introduced something very beautiful weekly. Happens to be the UniversityDUEL Home Quiz Challenge. You answer the questions correctly as well. You text UHQ to 13111. And who knows, you could win 20,000 naira every week. This will not be urgent to kill. It's 20,000 naira, and it's so beautiful to see. We also have the highlight show with Jordan that happens every week, giving you all the buzz. The highlight shows, what's going on social media and all those standout moments. My name is Joy Love Akin Olamigoke, and I'm signing right out of the studio. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.